Hello, welcome to one more episode of Not Too Late on Art 7 Me. Before we start, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, comment, share with your friends, like if you like it, and follow our social media here. Today we have with us a person that has the heart of a lion, a multi-talented woman that lives in Spain and Dubai, and she's also the founder of Vive Living, which is a platform for women 40 plus to inspire and be inspired. Welcome to Genevieve Pantin.
Truly honored. Tonight we have the privilege of a seat at a very beautiful and very elegant table at this amazing Global Gift Gala, eating amazing food together. But what the Global Gift has really given to us is not just any seat, but a real seat. A seat at a table that matters and makes a difference in the life of many. And makes a positive difference, especially in the lives of kids with disabilities, as we're seeing here with Casa Global Gift. My mum struggled when we were younger to find services for my sister to support her. And what I saw today was truly incredible. What an amazing job you guys are doing. Eva, Maria, Anna, and the rest of the team. It's truly inspiring. Thank you, Global Gift, for this opportunity and for helping us all to find a path to purpose. I am truly honored.
Hello Genevieve, thank you. Welcome to Not Too Late on Art 7 Me.
Hiya, Claudia. Thank you so much for having me today.
It's so nice to have you here again and we meet again. I really need to read this.
Yeah.
Because you are on fire. You are a mother, a wife, a psychologist, anthropologist, equine therapist, former model, dancer, equestrian, HR manager, entrepreneur, foodie, host, and now the author of a book. Am I missing anything? Please tell me.
Well, that's a massive introduction, Claudia. Thank you very much. But I can't say that's who I am. Those are things that I do and I've been doing. And I am very busy, admittedly, but the role that I hold most day and that's most important to me is being a mum, of course. And the one thing that I am actually most recently very proud of is actually finally becoming an author. So for that, I'm very proud.
That's amazing, because I wanted to ask you for you to break down your week for me, because I know that you are a mother and wife, you are every day. But for example, on Monday, all of these 14 things, what do you do?
Well, what I am, I'd say, Claudia, is I am really a jack of a lot of trades. Maybe not really a master of many or any, if that, but I am a jack of a lot of trades. And yes, I do split my days up. And I run my husband's business with him, so I'm a director of his company. I also try to ride my horse at least 4 or 5 days a week, which is really, really quite important. And I was fortunate as well that I was one of the people that during this period of COVID, I was able to write. So I wrote a lot. And I did start writing the book before COVID had affected the world. But actually that period of time where we were, indoors for a lot of it, I was able to finish the book. So I did dedicate a lot of time to that in 2020. So in addition to That, yes, and I love being a mummy. My daughter and I, we dance together all the time. I was once a dance teacher. I was once a dance teacher. That was many, many years ago. But now no longer dance teacher, but just a very big dance enthusiast. So we dance together as much as we can. I love spending time with her. And we're very much a family. We're a small family unit. We have dinner together every night. We try to cook together in the evenings. Yeah. So.
That is beautiful. And you talk about horses. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm very curious about the equine therapy. So who can do it, and what does this therapy help with?
So as a therapist, I actually have always specialized in the field of trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And horses are an incredible, they're incredible beings, and they're incredibly intuitive, and they can feel, and they give you this big feeling when you've conquered your fear around them, this huge feeling of love and security, and they're so sensitive and they tune into you and you can tune into them. So I started working with horses many years ago in London as a therapist, using it as a form of therapy for young people with behavioral problems, young people who'd been marginalized as well, or young people who were forced to leave school before they were excluded from school rather. So I used horses as a form of therapy to help develop emotional skills, emotional growth with young people. And I also practice a process called LEAP, LEAP. So this is actually a very beautiful program that you use horses as a central point to overcome unresolved traumas in your life.
Wow, that's really cool.
But it's a very beautiful process. It's very transformational. Wow. So it's one of my tools in my trauma toolkit, you see.
Wow, that's really nice. I need to read more about it and maybe try to do it.
Honestly, if someone's not used to being around horses, there's nothing more beautiful than having the experience. They're majestic, great creatures that really do come along to guide our paths. They're beautiful. I love horses.
Let me tell you, Genevieve, that you inspire a lot of women. You inspire me every day. And I'm really glad that we met each other in Global Gift events.
I'm delighted to have met you, Claudia. And you are also a huge inspiration yourself. Thank you very much.
Thank you. As an ambassador for Global Gifts, how does it feel for you to be part of it, like helping and making significant change in the lives of women, children, and their families?
So having worked as a therapist for many years, you always think you're going along making a difference in people's lives. And for me, it's a calling. It's not a matter of when you're doing it, it's a matter of how much of it am I doing. And working as a therapist was one part felt satisfied. And I was very fortunate to come into contact with Maria Bravo, the founder of the Global Gift Foundation, at a time where I felt quite, I wasn't feeling fulfilled enough. I felt like I wasn't really fulfilling much more of my potential. I felt I had more to give. So yes, I'd be sitting with my therapists and my clients. I'd be working with them, in corporate coaching as well. And yes, it felt satisfying, but there was just something missing. And just at that time, Maria Bravo came into my path, and so did people like Deepak Chopra as well. Yes. And they hugely inspired my onward journey. And Global Gift has been as much a support for me, if not more, than I've been for them. And they've given me the opportunity to do more of what I believe is my gift to give away. So I'm very fortunate to be a global gifter, an ambassador for Global Gift.
Genevieve, how do they react when they see you? For example, the children.
The real significant difference that we can make as not just global gifters or operating in the fields of philanthropy, it's when we actually could, it's lovely to be able to give small things. Yes, we're always finding ways to share what we have. But when you can really make an impact on a child's education and on a child's life going forward, it's when you really feel that, wow, I'm doing my job. I'm doing my job.
Yeah. So what can we all do to help all of us if we want to be a part of a global gift, if we want to be a global gifter? What can we all do to help?
So I think whether it is for the actual Global Gift Foundation or whether it's for the global gift of our own hearts,
yes,
I heard a very valuable piece of advice a few years ago. And this I heard from Deepak Chopra. And he said to me, I said, how do women energize their spirit? How would they keep their spirits energized? And his very profound words were, be curious, find your gift, and give it away.
Wow.
So when you find that gift of yours, that is the thing that drives you, that creates passion inside of you. You find that gift and you're curious enough to go along that path to find that gift. And when you find that gift and you know what it is, you will always find the way and the opportunity to give it away.
That's true.
And that's basically how the global gift came into my path and I came into their path. I had gifts and I had a lot of pleasure and enjoyment and satisfaction from giving it away. And that's what the book is as well. So the book is really about, I felt I had a gift to share. I had the experience of many interesting women who have been through very challenging experiences. And I had the gift of being in their company, working with them therapeutically. And I had the gift that I wanted to share and I wanted to give away.
So good.
Because I really believe, what's the point of the mountains you've climbed if you can't inspire others to climb there?
So Genevieve, you have a new book too that came out, right? A Lioness Heart, Find Your Purpose, Find Your Path. And before anything, congrats for it, because we can learn so much in it. And I really recommend it. I'm going to put here right now. And I think you have it with you. Can you just show us the real one? Oh my God. That's so nice. First of all, where did this name come from?
A Lioness Heart. I actually write in the introduction that I had one of these big experiences in my life. The book is set in many different locations. It's set in Kenya, in a bit of Trinidad, a bit of London, a bit of Australia, a bit of Spain. So it's got many different locations. And there was a very poignant moment of my life where I was sitting on a game drive in the Serengeti, and I just saw this amazing lioness appear from the distance. And when I was writing, and I knew why I was writing, what I was writing about, and when I was writing, this image just kept coming into my head. And it was almost like the dots connected. Like back then, you know, many years ago, I was sitting in the Serengeti and I was seeing this lioness approaching. You know, I was very safe, don't worry. I wasn't about to be eaten.
No, but it's amazing. I'm imagining. It's really good.
But she was this amazing regal lioness, and she was walking out, and from a distance you can see her pride was trailing behind her. Mm-hmm. And she just walked, and she was walking into the sunset, and it's like, and when I was writing, that vision just kept coming to me.
Wow,
it kept making sense about what a woman is. You know, there she is, and she doesn't know always where she's going, but she's got the confidence to keep going, and she knows what's behind her. She knows that she's brought her pride through another day.
Yeah,
she's brought them through another day. She's survived another day, and even if she doesn't know exactly where she's going, she knows she's on her path.
Wow.
She knows she's on her path to purpose, as a mother, as a woman, as a warrior, as a as a lion, you know. So when I thought of a path, I just saw this lioness. I always saw this lioness, and it only felt authentic for me to call it a Lioness Heart.
That's so beautiful, Genevieve. It's so nice to see how this all starts. We can all imagine, because one thing is we go to read the book that I really recommend it again. And other things, like we really can imagine, yay to the people. but yeah, please, if you have a chance, you really should buy the book. And actually, Genevieve, in the introduction of your book, you said that sometimes we forget who we are, like, and when we lose the track of what is really important to us. That still happens a lot, right? Nowadays, unfortunately.
Yeah. There's so many different influences around, and I don't think it's just nowadays. I think it's always been like that. You know, we're always so easy to be consumed by what's outside that we often forget about the strength and the power that we have inside.
Yeah.
And a lot of this book, it's really about, you know, find your power, find your strength, find your voice.
Yeah.
And when you find these things, and when you find these things that are in you, you know, we don't really have to look outside for them. They're in you. You find them, then you really find that path that makes you feel alive every day. So, yeah.
So, because you were inspired by women that came to you for guidance, after passing through difficult moments, what did you learn after listening their stories?
Well, I learned the power and the strength of the human spirit. So the way the book goes is you actually I share a guided approach for, the first chapter, it's like tide is turning. So when these changes come in our life, so I shared a guided approach about how we can approach these big changes in our life. But then I animate the guided approach with a story of someone who's touched my life, mostly women I've had in therapy, who've shared their stories, and they've been kind enough to give me permission to share their stories in the book. Also some of my own stories. So, you know, it teaches what I learned along the journey of putting pen to paper and writing this book. It's really the power and the strength of the human spirit.
And sometimes I think we forget what is really important, that it's exactly what you said here, and one of your points of view on this book. And I really think people should think more about it. So I think we really should sit up, think about it, and maybe read your book to get inspired, and be a new me, right?
And the book also shares a lot of extra tools, like, you know, and I talk a lot about yoga and how yoga can really support you in your life. And, you know, there's a chapter on food, so there's also some very nice recipes in there as well. It's really a guided approach to holistic living. So we talk about food, we talk about breathing. I mean, like even breathing, you know, like we spend so much time thinking about what we wear, and then we think all the time about diets and what we're going to eat and how we're going to lose weight. And then everybody knows it's a given that you need to drink. Hydrating is so important. However, when we think about really who we are as human beings and our spirit, we can go 7 days without drinking water. We can go 21 days without eating food, but we can't go more than 3 to 4 minutes without breathing.
Yeah.
So it's so important to focus on our breath. Our breath is so important to us. And I talk a lot about the breath and a lot about breathing in the book as well, and how you can breathe yourself through changes and challenges in your life, and, you know, and a bit of yoga as well, and how just connecting with your mind, your body, and your spirit, how important this is.
So, for Genevieve Pantin, it's not too late for?
It's never too late to live your dreams, and it's actually never too late to start your path to purpose.
Thank you very much for helping us with your wisdom and kind hearts on the channel. It was such a pleasure to be with you again. Thank you so much.
You're the kind heart, Cláudia. Thank you for having me, my darling. Thank you so much.
And if you want to buy Genevieve's book, it's on Amazon, right?
Amazon is the best place to find it. You can actually get it as well on iBooks, in Barnes and Noble.
Nice.
But thank you so much.
And I'm going just to read something that Genevieve usually says. That is, let the curiosity, empathy, and determination guide your path of purpose. Look in the mirror and recognize the woman in the reflection, because you have value. You just need to look within.
Thank you, Claudia. Thank you.
Be here.
Thank you guys for being with us again in one more episode of Not Too Late Art 7 Me. If you would like to share your talent, you know what to do, right? You just need to send us an email to art7me@gmail.com. We really want to see what you got. See you next episode. Boop, boop, boop.